Hello, welcome to Introduction to Java Programming. In this session, we will discuss about the association among classes. Association is a relationship, and we are going to discuss the two forms of association, aggregation and composition in this session. Let's begin. So, association among classes. We have relationships that exist among the classes. When you model the classes, we will identify the relationship between them. So we have the following relationship which are possible in object-oriented analysis and design. So we can find inheritance among the classes. So that relationship is called easy relationship, which is also called generalization by specialization relationship. And we have association, and association has two forms. One is aggregation, another is composition. We will discuss that. And we have realization also. Realization is a relationship that exists among two different components. Usually it is classes and interfaces and classes and abstract classes. Realization speaks of somebody who is taking the contract and someone who is fulfilling it. Okay, so now here, out of these relationships, this association is a structural relationship. It's a structural relationship. That means there are no semantics. There is no meaning. Structural means there is no meaning actually. So for example, we are all associated. Okay, what is a semantic relationship? There is no semantic. So for example, there is a pen and there is a book. What is the relationship? So there is a mobile and there is a laptop. What is the relationship? So these are all part of some system, some room or some table. So that's actually called a structural relationship. And this structural relationship is of two forms. One is aggregation, another is composition. And this aggregation or composition is actually called has a relationship. Just like inheritance is a relationship, we understood in earlier sessions as well. So for example, student is a person, man is a mammal, is a relationship, rose is a flower. Whenever you have is a relationship, there exists some generic thing and a specialized thing actually. So that's about inheritance. We discussed it and it's over. Now coming to the association. Association, as I'm telling, this is a structural relationship, and it has two forms, and it is basically has a relationship. College has departments, college and department. University has divisions. Division is a part of university. Department is a part of college. Okay, like that, we have several has a kind of things actually. So college has department, right? So that is a has a relationship. Customer has an account, has a relationship. Student has an address, has a relationship. Employee has an address, has a relationship. So this has a relationship is also called whole by part relationship. Okay, so something specify about the whole and the other thing is actually a part. As an example, department is a part of college. Account is a part of a customer. Address is part of student details. Address is part of employee details. Like that, we'll have one whole and one part actually. That's why we call this as a has a relationship. Okay, but this has a relationship is aggregation and composition. So what's the difference here? So in composition, we have a strong whole by part relationship. That means if part ceases, whole doesn't exist. Okay, so that means the part is not there, then whole is also not there. So that kind of relationship or strong whole by part relationship, those are actually compositions. Okay, in the aggregation, you have whole and part, but there is not so strong whole by part actually. Okay, so university has department. If department is not there, still university exists. Student is not there, still university exists. Professor is not there, still university exists. So then that is aggregation. Whereas composition, if part is not there, then whole is also not there. Examples, we can actually see computer has a processor. If processor is not there, then I cannot call that as a computer. This is a strong has a relationship. And an example, vehicle has an engine. If engine is not there, then I cannot call that as a vehicle. Can you call something called a car if there is no engine, right? So this is actually a composition. Stronger has a relationship is actually composition. And in order to represent this composition in Java, we have something called nested classes. We have nested classes, and then we define different kinds of nested classes, inner classes, static nested classes, and again in inner classes we have member classes, local classes, and local anonymous classes as well. Okay, so that's about composition. Just I would like to tell about a simple association with the help of something called aggregation. So here we understood several examples. For example, organization has a department, and person has an address, employee has an address, student has an address, and customer has an account. So how to specify this association? So for example, if we speak of person has an address, so person is one class and address is another class. So we cannot put every address directly, all address details directly as person details, right? So we will write a person usually with person name, person Aadhaar, person country, person age, like that. And if at all you want to write address, better take address as a separate class and model it and use this address as part of this particular person class. Okay, so this is actually association. So in order to demonstrate the concept, I have actually a class called account. And here what I'm going to establish is, so there is a customer and customer has an account, has a relationship. Customer and account, what is the relationship? It's not inheritance, it's not realization, it's just a structural relationship, and that is aggregation. Because without account also customer still exists, it's not a composition, it's just a aggregation. So how to specify? So this has a relationship. So how to use another class in some other class whenever this whole way part is there? So now I'm going to write two classes. One is account class, and account is part of another class, that is customer class. Customer has an account. So first let me specify the account class. So account has account number, account type, and account balance as members, and all are private. So I am making my class as fully encapsulated. And then I have a constructor which constructs all the three instance members. So I am using this since my local members and my instance members are same. And then I have a getter to get all the details, like account number, account type, account balance. So I am actually displaying them. System.out.println, I am printing it. So this is pure business class called account, and account is a part of a customer actually, right? So now let me go to the customer class here. So customer has a customer ID, customer name, and customer actually of a bank. So this I'm taking as static because I'm actually doing customer management in a bank actually. So all customers belongs to this particular bank called SBI. So it's a static variable. Okay, so now I can actually have account details like account type, account number, account balance, and all other stuff as instance members, but that's not a good idea. So whenever you identify account as a separate entity, you model it as a separate class. So that's why we have modeled as a separate class over here. So along with CID, CNAME, and bank, this customer also will have an account, right? And that account is already a class to me, and now I have to associate that class with customer. So how I'm going to do that? How I'm going to do that? So I will actually have a reference of this account as an instance member of this customer class. So private account. So this is an account class reference variable. That means this customer along with these details has also account, which is actually uh, another class. I'm using that other class over here in this particular class. This is what the association. This is how we will specify. Now, when I construct my customer instance members, now CID, CNAME, and account is also my instance member. I need to construct this particular account as well. So how I'm constructing here, public customer, CID, CNAME, account, and this dot CID equal to CID, this dot CNAME equal to CNAME, and this dot account equal to account. So this account is now my instance member, which is a reference variable of type account, and bank is a static member I need not to construct. Now when I display customer details, I require to print CID, CNAME, this particular bank, and also account details. So how do I do that? So now I'm writing a display method, so which is actually displaying CID, CNAME, and bank straight away from the same class. And I need to display account details also, because account is also now part of this customer. And I have a reference account. So in order to display account details, I have a get account method in my account class, which is actually displaying the account details. So now what I'm doing as part of the display method, I'm calling the account method of my account class using this particular reference actually. So this is how I can actually print all customer data, including the account details. So that's it. This is my business class over here. And then in order to create an object of a customer, I require the main method. I can actually do this separately in a class like test class or main class. Otherwise, I can write my main method over here. So now before you create your customer, you have to create the account object, because in your customer constructor, you are using the account reference. So before you create the customer object, you have to create account object. So account A1 equal to new account of account number, account type, and account balance. Okay, so account object is created, and then I have a customer C1. Customer C1 equal to new customer of, I need to pass what? CID, CNAME, and account. So CID is this one, customer ID, customer name is ABC, and the account is A1, which we have created actually. The object we have created, I am passing the reference variable of it. And when I say C1.disp, so what is going to happen here? So all the customer details along with the account details, because I'm using account.getAccount as part of this disp method. Okay, so now when I save this and compile, let's see what is going to happen. So let me go to my terminal. So what I need to do is I need to first compile my account.java. Let's see. Yeah, it's compiled. Account.class file is available. So let me compile my customer class, this customer.java. My customer is also compiled now. And when it's compiled, I can run it. When I run, what happens? When I actually, yeah, so when I run, what is going to happen? So let's go to the customer class here. So it starts with the main method. So first the account object is going to get created with the values like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 savings and 1 lakh. And then the customer object is getting created with customer ID, customer name, and this particular account. When I ask C1.disp, I could able to get my customer details. Yeah, these are all my customer details along with uh, my account details as well. So here my account details, I just need to pass. I am getting actually something null here. Let me actually see what's the issue here. Okay, so I'm getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 customer details. I am getting, yeah, customer ID is 1122, customer name is ABC, and in the display method, okay, so what I have to do, I have to pass bank is also I am to print, and after that I am actually asking for account.getAccount. When I go to get account, I need to print account number, then account type, and of course account balance also, ACC balance. So here I have ACC balance, and this ACC balance is constructed. Yeah, so there was a small mistake here. So this is balance, and here this is not balance, spelling mistake happened, that's why it's not getting printed. So I have corrected it, account balance. Now let me go and compile my account class separately. Then we can actually see the proper output. So Java C account.java, it's compiled now. Now Java C customer.java, and when I run customer, now you can actually see the account data also getting printed actually. So let's now observe the outcome. So we have first C1.disp. So we have CID, CNAME, and bank getting printed. And as part of this method of the customer, I have the account details also getting called. So account.get account. So it is getting me the account numbers, account type, and the balance as well. Okay, so in this way, we can actually use a reference of another class in some other class. So in customer class, I am making use of the reference or object of some other class. So when you have to do that, when you identify association among the classes, when you are modeling the system, we identify the classes and we identify the relationships among them. Whenever you find some association and the two aggregation, then you can actually use the dependent class in your main class, right? So account class is actually required for customer because account is a part of this particular class called customer. So whole by part relationship. So you have to use this way. And there are other examples. For example, you have an address class. That address class can be used in a student because student has an address. Address class can be used in employee. Address class can be used in customer. And in the same fashion, when you have a student class can use courses, what are the courses a student has enrolled, and student class can actually have a teacher object because what teacher is assigned to for this teacher. Like that, whenever you find some structural relationship among certain entities that you are molding, you can actually do with association. So hope you have understood the association. And association has two parts, aggregation and composition. And composition is clearly about the nested classes because it's a stronger whole by part relationship. And hope you have understood this, and see you in the next session. Thank you.